Imagine a life where your peace no longer rises and falls with the opinions or actions of others, a life where your joy is born from within, untouched by praise or criticism. In that stillness, you no longer chase validation or fear rejection. Instead, you rest in the gentle knowing of who you truly are. As the Buddha once said, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. These words are not merely to be heard, they are to be lived. They remind us that the wellspring of happiness is not found in the changing winds of the world, but in the calm ocean of our own hearts. When we begin to turn inward, something miraculous unfolds. The noise of comparison fades, and in its place emerges a quiet clarity, a sacred space where we can finally hear the whisper of our own soul. This is where true transformation begins. To focus on yourself is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of deep awareness. When you learn to understand and nurture your inner world, you bring harmony not only to yourself, but also to everyone around you. The light you cultivate within becomes a beacon for others. So how do we begin this inner journey? How do we untangle ourselves from the web of external noise? The first step is self-awareness, a conscious returning home to who we are beneath the layers of expectation, fear, and habit. Begin by asking yourself 3 simple yet profound questions. What am I meant to do? Am I doing it? If not, how can I begin today? These questions act as a mirror. They reveal not who the world wants you to be, but who you already are in your truest form. As you begin to reflect, resist the urge to judge. The mind loves to label things as good or bad, but awareness is not about judgment. It is about seeing clearly. In the Buddhist path, this awareness is cultivated through mindfulness, the art of being fully present with whatever arises. You don't need to escape your thoughts or silence your mind. Simply notice. Notice the rise and fall of your breath, the sensations within your body, the emotions that move through you. Observe without attachment, without resistance. Through this gentle attention, you begin to understand the patterns that shape your life, the desires that pull you forward, the fears that hold you back, the stories that replay in your mind. Awareness is the light that reveals these hidden corners, and once illuminated, they lose their power to control you. Consider this: a pond cannot reflect the moon when its surface is disturbed by waves. In the same way, our minds cannot perceive truth when stirred by the storms of distraction. But when the mind becomes still, even for a moment, the reflection of truth appears effortlessly. This is the essence of the Buddha's journey to enlightenment. Before he became the awakened one, Siddhartha, Gautama sat beneath the Bodhi tree, not to escape the world, but to see it clearly. He turned inward, confronting every thought, every fear, every illusion, until only stillness remained. In that stillness, he found liberation. You too can experience this peace. Begin with something simple at the start or end of your day. Sit quietly and breathe. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. Notice the rhythm of life moving through you. With each breath, release the need to control or fix anything. With each exhale, let go of what does not serve your peace. If thoughts come, and they will greet them as you would passing clouds in the sky. They drift in, and they drift out. You are not the clouds. You are the sky itself, vast, open, and untouched. Over time, this practice deepens your connection to your true self. You begin to notice subtle shifts, less reactivity, more calm, more compassion. You find yourself no longer driven by the noise of others, but guided by the quiet wisdom within. This is not the work of a day, nor of a single meditation. It is a gentle unfolding, a returning home to what you have always been. And so as you embark on this journey, remember the goal is not to become someone new, but to remember who you already are. Beneath the masks, beneath the striving, beneath the fear, there is peace. It has always been there waiting for your attention. Breathe. Be still. Begin again. This is the first step to turn inward, to listen deeply, and to awaken the truth that you are already enough. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. When we first turn inward, we often find a quiet confusion. Beneath the surface of our thoughts and desires, there is a question waiting to be answered. What do I truly want? Not what I've been told to want, not what I think I should want, but what my soul deeply longs for. To know this is to live with clarity, and clarity is freedom. The Buddha taught that our suffering often comes not from what happens to us, but from our confusion, from chasing what does not align with our true nature. Like a traveler walking in fog, we stumble hoping that more effort will bring us to peace. But peace is not found in doing more. It is found in seeing clearly. To focus on yourself, you must understand your own desires, your purpose, your values. What lights your spirit? What brings you peace? When you live in alignment with these truths, your life becomes an expression of your inner harmony. Begin by taking a gentle inventory of your heart. Ask yourself, what gives my life meaning? What am I naturally drawn toward? What drains me and what fills me with life? Do not rush for answers. Let them come like sunlight through clouds, slowly, softly. The mind loves noise. The heart speaks in whispers. You must learn to listen. In Buddhist philosophy, this inner clarity is reflected in the right intention and right effort, two elements of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right intention asks that your goals come from compassion, not greed, from understanding, not ignorance. Right effort reminds us that true dedication is steady, not forced. It is the balance between discipline and surrender. When your effort arises from clarity, life feels lighter. You no longer chase every passing desire or compete with others for fleeting achievements. You begin to walk your own path, slow, deliberate, peaceful. There's a simple practice for cultivating this clarity: the vision meditation. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes. Picture yourself living a life that feels true. See yourself waking up with purpose, moving through your day with calm, ending each evening with gratitude. What are you doing? Who are you with? How do you feel? Let this vision be your compass, not an image of success the world has given you, but the reflection of your soul's calling. This exercise helps dissolve the illusions that cloud your focus. You begin to realize that you are not here to impress, to compete, or to prove. You are here to grow, to awaken, and to love deeply. The story of Siddhartha Gautama's journey to enlightenment beautifully illustrates this truth. Born into royalty, he had every comfort, yet his heart was restless. He could not ignore the quiet ache that asked, "Is this all there is?" That question became his path. Leaving behind luxury, he sought understanding, not possessions. Even when temptation tried to pull him back, wealth, pleasure, status, his focus remained unshaken. His clarity was born from purpose, not from comfort. Like the Buddha, you too can find this still point of clarity. It does not demand you to abandon your life, only your confusion. When you know what matters most, distractions lose their grip. So how do you apply this clarity in daily life? First, set meaningful intentions. Each morning, take a few breaths and ask, what do I wish to cultivate today? It might be kindness, patience, or focus. Let this intention guide your actions. Second, create SMART goals. Not to control life, but to direct it mindfully. Instead of saying I want to be happy, say I will spend 10 minutes each morning in quiet reflection. The more specific your action, the more grounded your growth. Third practice, letting go. When you notice yourself pulled by the opinions of others, pause. Ask, does this matter to my path? If it does not, release it like a leaf carried by the wind. The Buddha once said, "What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create." This is not merely poetic, it is practical. The energy of your focus shapes your world. When you think clearly, you create peace. When you feel gratitude, you attract abundance. When you imagine compassion, you awaken love. Remember, clarity is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the calm awareness that you will find your way even when the road bends. You don't need to have everything figured out to begin. You simply need to know where your heart is pointing. And so, take this step. Sit quietly tonight. Ask your soul what it longs for. Not what will impress, not what will succeed, but what will make you whole. Then listen. In that stillness, your path will reveal itself, not in thunder, but in silence. Let your focus shift from the noise outside to the truth within. The more you honor your clarity, the more peaceful your journey becomes. Breathe deeply. Trust the process. You are exactly where you need to be. When we begin to see ourselves clearly, we also begin to see our limits. The body tires the mind, overflows the heart, sometimes forgets how to rest. Many people mistake exhaustion for effort and busyness for purpose, but the Buddha taught the middle way, the path between indulgence and denial, between doing too much and doing nothing at all. In that balance, we rediscover wholeness. Self-care is not luxury, it is wisdom. It is the quiet recognition that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you care for your body, your breath, and your mind, you prepare the ground where compassion can grow. Without that care, even noble intentions wilt under the heat of fatigue and doubt. Start small. Begin by honoring the rhythm of your days. Notice when your energy rises and when it fades. Give yourself permission to pause. Sometimes the most sacred act is simply to stop, to breathe, to stretch, to feel the earth under your feet. Rest is not laziness. It is a return to alignment. Buddhism reminds us that every action can become meditation when performed with awareness. Eating slowly, you can feel gratitude for the food that sustains you. Walking mindfully, you can sense the pulse of life beneath each step. Even washing your hands can become a reminder of cleansing the mind from worry. Design your own self-care ritual, one that fits the truth of who you are. It might begin at dawn, sitting in silence before the world awakens. It might unfold in the evening when the day's noise finally softens. Choose moments that call you back to yourself. Include 3 elements: care for the body, care for the mind, and care for the heart. For the body, move it with kindness. Stretch, breathe, walk. Feed it with food that nourishes rather than numbs. Sleep when you are tired. For the mind, cultivate stillness. Spend a few minutes each day in meditation, watching your thoughts as they rise and fall like waves. For the heart, practice compassion. Speak to yourself gently. Forgive your past mistakes. Let go of the need to be perfect. The Buddha once said, "To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear." He understood that the body is not separate from the spirit. When the body is cared for, the mind becomes a clear mirror, and the heart opens naturally. There is a story told of the Buddha after years of severe fasting. His body was frail, his mind clouded. He realized that starving himself was not leading to awakening. It was merely another form of attachment. So he accepted a bowl of rice from a kind village girl. In that simple act of nourishment, balance returned. Strength returned. Soon after, enlightenment dawned. The lesson is timeless. We cannot reach peace by denying our humanity. Care and discipline walk hand in hand. Too much indulgence clouds the spirit, but too much deprivation extinguishes its light. Between them lies the middle way, steady, kind, sustainable. To bring this into daily life, set small intentions rather than strict rules. Say to yourself, "Today I will move my body with respect," or "Tonight I will rest without guilt." Replace perfection with presence. Every moment of genuine care adds to the harmony of your being. And when you falter, because you will remember returning, is part of the practice. Each time you forget to care for yourself, notice it without blame and begin again. The path of self-care is not about flawless habits. It is about remembering that you are worth tending to. The more you practice, the more you'll feel a subtle shift. Life becomes softer. Stress no longer commands your attention. Gratitude takes its place. You start to see that caring for yourself is not separate from caring for the world. It is the seed from which kindness grows. So tonight, when the day is done, close your eyes and thank your body for carrying you. Thank your breath for never leaving you, even when you forget it. Thank your heart for its quiet endurance. This gratitude is self-care in its purest form, awareness wrapped in love. Breathe gently, rest deeply. In caring for yourself, you honor all of life. There comes a moment in every inner journey when we realize we are often our own harshest critics. The words we would never speak to another, we whisper quietly to ourselves. We punish our hearts for their softness, our minds for their mistakes. But the Buddha's path is not a path of punishment. It is a path of compassion. And compassion, to be whole, must begin within. Self-compassion is not self-pity. It is the deep understanding that being human means being imperfect, that every stumble, every wound is simply part of the unfolding. The Buddha called this metta and karuna, loving kindness and compassion. To practice them toward ourselves is to bow before our own humanity. Think of how you would comfort a dear friend who has fallen or failed. You would not shame them. You would reach out your hand. Self-compassion is that same gesture turned inward. When life feels heavy, place a hand over your heart and whisper, "It's okay. I am learning." Forgiveness softens what judgment hardens. Each time you forgive yourself, even for the smallest thing, a door opens a door that leads you back to gentleness, to wholeness. In Buddhism, compassion is inseparable from wisdom. The wise see that suffering is not a flaw, but a teacher. When you embrace your pain with compassion, you transform it into understanding. The thorn becomes a flower. The wound becomes light. There is a simple meditation you can practice each day, the metta meditation. Sit quietly and breathe. Begin by sending goodwill to yourself. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. Repeat these words softly, not as a command, but as an offering. Then extend that same wish to others, to those you love, to those who challenge you, even to those you will never meet. The circle widens, and with it, your heart. Through this practice, you learn that compassion is not limited by worthiness. It flows freely, like a river that nourishes all it touches. You begin to see that every being, yourself included, is doing the best they can with the understanding they have. The story of the Buddha's awakening reminds us of this truth. Before he became enlightened, Siddhartha practiced extreme self-denial. He believed that pain would purify him. But when his body grew weak, he saw the futility of cruelty, even when directed at oneself. In choosing to eat, in choosing to care for his own body, he practiced compassion, and that compassion became the soil from which enlightenment bloomed. Self-compassion is the beginning of freedom. Without it, even wisdom becomes sharp and cold. With it, the mind becomes tender enough to hold the whole of life, its joys, its sorrows, its mysteries. So when you falter, and you will do not rush to fix or hide it. Pause, feel, speak kindly to yourself. Let your mistakes become your teachers. Each one brings you closer to humility, to truth. Here is a simple ritual at the end of each day. Write a gentle letter to yourself. Begin with gratitude. Thank yourself for what you've done well, however small. Then acknowledge your struggles without judgment. Close the letter with love, as you would to someone dear. May I rest. May I heal. May I begin again tomorrow. With time, you'll notice the voice within changing. The critic softens. The heart steadies. You start meeting yourself not with fear, but with friendship. The Buddha once said, "You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself, and that person is not to be found." To live these words is to walk in peace. Because when you love yourself rightly, you no longer crave approval or fear rejection. You are whole. So breathe deeply. Feel the compassion that already lives within you, patient, forgiving, unconditional. Let it rise like dawn. Let it fill the corners of your heart you once kept in shadow. In loving yourself, you awaken the power to love the world. And in that love, suffering dissolves. Be gentle. You are learning the sacred art of being human. There is a quiet magic in doing what you love, not the fleeting pleasure of distraction, but the deep joy of connection. When your hands, your heart, and your purpose move in the same rhythm, life no longer feels like a race to win. It becomes a dance to experience. Many people spend their lives chasing what the world calls success, yet feel hollow inside. They live by comparison, by expectation, by fear of being less. But when you turn your attention inward and follow what truly brings you peace, you begin to live not by pressure, but by presence. To do what you love is to listen to the calling of your soul, that subtle pull toward what feels alive, honest, and whole. It does not always look grand or glamorous. Sometimes it's the sound of pages turning beneath your fingers. Sometimes it's tending a garden painting in the soft light of morning, or simply sitting beside someone who needs your quiet presence. The Buddha taught right livelihood and right action as part of the Noble Eightfold Path. These teachings remind us to live in a way that brings joy without harm, to find work relationships and actions that honor both our own well-being and the well-being of others. When you do what you love and you do it with kindness, you become a living expression of the Dharma of truth itself. Doing what you love is not about escaping responsibility. It's about infusing your responsibilities with meaning. You may still care for others or face challenges, but when love guides your actions, even the simplest task becomes sacred. Ask yourself, what activities make time disappear from me? What brings a smile without reason? What feels natural, effortless, alive? The answers to these questions point toward your Dharma, your path of harmony. Once you discover it, nurture it. Create space in your life to do what you love, not only when there's time left over, but as a form of devotion. Devotion to your soul's joy. Here's a simple practice. Make a joy list. Write down the activities that make you feel at peace or deeply connected. Perhaps reading, walking in nature, creating art, helping others, cooking, writing, or meditating. Then choose one small act from that list to do each day, no matter how busy you are. Even 5 minutes spent in joy can reawaken your heart. Joy does not demand luxury. It asks only your presence. In Buddhist thought, joy is not something to chase, but something to cultivate. It grows naturally when the mind is free from clinging and the heart is open to life as it is. The Buddha often spoke of mudita, the joy that arises not from getting, but from being, not from owning, but from sharing. There is a story told of a monk who, after years of wandering and study, returned to his monastery. One evening, while sweeping the courtyard, he suddenly smiled. A younger monk asked, "Why do you smile at such simple work?" The elder replied, "Because this broom teaches me what joy is. When I sweep, the world becomes clear. When I stop, it is still clear." True joy is like that, quiet, steady, uncomplicated. It doesn't depend on what you do, but on how deeply you are present while doing it. The Buddha once said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Your joy is that fire. It is the light that keeps your spirit alive. When you do what you love, you align your actions with your true nature. You no longer seek happiness, you become it. You no longer chase purpose, you live it." So take this moment to reflect. What if you gave yourself permission to follow what makes your heart come alive without guilt, without fear? What if joy itself were your teacher? Every act done with love becomes a meditation. Every moment of joy becomes a prayer. Life is not asking you to be perfect, only to be present. To move from striving to living. To honor the quiet things that make you feel whole. Let this be your practice. Do something each day that reminds you of joy, not the loud kind that fades, but the soft kind that stays. The joy that says, "I am home right here in this moment." Breathe in and remember, joy is not a destination. It is your natural state when you stop resisting the flow of life. When you return to what you love, you return to yourself. The moment we begin to compare, we begin to forget who we are. It happens quietly. We see someone else's light, and instead of admiring it, we question our own. We measure our worth against their image, our pace against their progress. And slowly, our joy slips away, replaced by restlessness and doubt. But the truth is, simple comparison is a thief of peace. It robs us of gratitude, of presence, of authenticity. The Buddha taught that all suffering begins in attachment, and comparison is just another form of clinging to the idea that we must be more or different to be enough. Each life is its own unfolding, its own season, its own rhythm. The lotus does not envy the rose. The sun does not compete with the moon. Each shines in its appointed time. When we understand this, envy dissolves like morning mist, and contentment takes its place. To free yourself from comparison, begin by noticing. Each time your mind says, "They are ahead," or "I am behind," pause. Feel the tension in your body. Breathe into it. Then softly remind yourself, "My path is my own." This phrase may seem simple, but it holds deep truth. Every experience you've had, every joy, every wound has shaped your unique way of awakening. You cannot walk another person's road. You can only walk your own with awareness. In Buddhist teachings, this is called equanimity upekkha. It means meeting all experiences, success, failure, praise, and blame with the same calm heart. When you cultivate equanimity, the storms of comparison lose their power. You see clearly that everyone, including you, is moving at their own pace toward understanding. Here's a gentle practice when you notice comparison arising. Shift your attention to gratitude. Write down 3 things you appreciate about your life, your growth, or your present moment. Gratitude turns comparison into contentment. It redirects your gaze from what you lack to what you already have. And remember this: no one's journey is as effortless as it seems. What looks perfect from afar often carries its own unseen struggles. Just as a tree's strength lies in its hidden roots, so too does each soul's growth occur quietly beneath the surface. The Buddha once shared a teaching through the image of the lotus pond. In that pond, lotuses of many colors and heights bloom together. Some rise above the water, some float on its surface, and others remain beneath. Yet all are nourished by the same muddy water, all reach for the same sun. He explained that people too grow in their own time and in their own way. To compare one lotus to another is to forget that beauty has many forms. What matters is not how quickly we bloom, but that we keep reaching toward the light. You may see others achieving things you dream of. Instead of resentment, try rejoicing, mudita, the Buddhist word for sympathetic joy. To celebrate another's happiness without jealousy is to free your own heart. Their joy does not diminish yours, it multiplies it. As you practice non-comparison, you'll begin to feel lighter. Life stops feeling like a contest and begins to feel like a flow. You'll notice your mind growing quieter, your heart more open. You'll begin to trust in your timing, and that trust is peace. Here is a small reflection for your day. When you wake, whisper to yourself, "May I walk my own path in peace today." And when you see someone else's success, say silently, "May they be well, and may I continue in my own way." You'll find that this inner blessing transforms the energy within you. Where there was envy, there is understanding. Where there was comparison, there is connection. Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." In the present, there is no comparison, because there is no one else here. Only you. Only this breath. Only this moment, unfolding perfectly as it should. So let go of the habit of measuring. Your worth was never meant to be weighed. It is not a number, not a title, not a timeline. It is the quiet glow that remains even when the world stops watching. When you live without comparison, every step feels light. You begin to move with trust, not fear, with gratitude, not grasping. You see that peace has been here all along, waiting beneath the noise of more and better. Breathe in. Feel the freedom of being exactly who you are. Breathe out. Release the illusion that you must be anyone else. You are not behind. You are not ahead. You are simply here, and that is enough. Once we release comparison, the world grows quiet enough for us to hear our inner compass, the voice that has been guiding us all along. This compass is made of our values, those unseen truths that shape every choice, every word, every path we walk. Values are not taught by others, they are discovered within. They are the gentle constants that remain steady when the world shifts around us. When we live in alignment with our values, we move with integrity. Our thoughts, words, and actions flow as one. And from that harmony comes peace. The Buddha called this right view and right intention, 2 essential steps of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right view is seeing reality as it is not as we wish it to be. Right intention is the willingness to live with honesty, compassion, and non-harm. Together, they help us walk a path that is true, not convenient. Living by your values begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what do I truly stand for? What do I want my life to represent? When I am gone, what do I want my presence to have brought to others? You may find that your answers are simple: kindness, honesty, patience, love. Yet these simple truths, when lived fully, have the power to transform your entire existence. Many people chase external goals without knowing their internal direction. They achieve much, but feel little. It is like sailing with great speed, but no compass motion without meaning. But when you live guided by your values, every action, no matter how small, carries purpose. To begin aligning your actions with your values, spend a few quiet moments reflecting each morning. You might ask yourself, does the way I plan to live today honor my truth? At night, reflect again. Did my choices today reflect who I truly am? There is no judgment in this reflection, only learning. The Buddha once told his disciples, "Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart to give yourself to it." This teaching points not only to outer work, but inner work, the discovery of your own dharma, your reason for being. When your life aligns with your dharma, you no longer feel torn between who you are and what you do. You live with clarity, with ease. You no longer seek meaning outside. You create it within. Consider a tree. It never doubts whether it should bloom or provide shade. It simply grows quietly, fulfilling its purpose. When the season changes, it lets go of its leaves without fear, because it trusts its own nature. You too can live with such grace when you trust your inner compass. But what happens when your values are tested? When honesty costs you comfort, or compassion asks for patience? You don't think you have. These are the moments when values become real. Philosophy turns into practice, and faith turns into strength. Remember, to live by your values does not mean to live perfectly. It means to live awake, to notice when you drift, and gently return again and again. The practice is in returning. Here's a meditation to help you stay connected to your values. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. Imagine a flame in the center of your heart, steady, warm, unshakable. This flame represents your truth, your highest intention. As you breathe, imagine that flame growing brighter, lighting the path before you. When doubts arise, return to this image. The light of your values will always show you the way. The story of the Buddha and the king beautifully illustrates this. A powerful ruler once offered the Buddha immense wealth and influence if he would abandon his teachings and serve the throne. The Buddha smiled gently and declined. "What you offer fades with time," he said. "But truth is eternal." His peace, his power lay not in possession, but in principle. Living by your values is the same act of quiet courage. You may not be offered a kingdom, but you will be offered countless temptations to forget who you are: approval, comfort, distraction. Each time you choose integrity over convenience, you strengthen the roots of your inner peace. And as those roots deepen, you will notice something subtle yet profound. Life begins to align around you. The right people, opportunities, and moments flow naturally toward your authenticity. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer seek control, you move with trust. So ask yourself gently, what does my soul stand for? What light do I bring into this world? Write it down. Speak it softly. Live it daily. When your actions reflect your values, peace is no longer something to find. It becomes the way you walk. Breathe in integrity. Breathe out fear, and let your life become the practice of your truth. After all the searching, all the striving, all the lessons learned, we come to a truth so simple, it almost feels too quiet to notice. Peace is not something we find. It is something we return to. It has been within us all along, steady, patient waiting beneath the noise. The Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." These words are not just an idea, they are a practice. To seek peace outside and others' approval in possessions and perfection is to chase the horizon. But when you turn inward, you realize that stillness has never left you. You simply forgot to listen. The mind is like a lake. When stirred by wind, its surface distorts every reflection. But when calm, it mirrors the sky perfectly. Your thoughts are the wind. Your awareness is the lake. The more you learn to quiet the mind, the more clearly you see your true self, vast, clear, and limitless. Stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the presence of awareness. You can be still even while walking, still even in conversation, still even in the middle of a storm. Stillness is not something you create. It's what remains when you stop fighting what is. One of the simplest ways to cultivate stillness is through mindful breathing. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and notice your breath. Do not control it. Simply observe. Feel the air enter and leave like waves on a shore. Thoughts will come. Let them pass without judgment. Each breath is a reminder, I am here. I am now. I am enough. The Buddha practiced this kind of presence long before his enlightenment. Beneath the Bodhi tree, he did not seek to suppress his thoughts or escape his pain. He sat with them, breathed through them, and watched them dissolve. In that patient stillness, wisdom revealed itself not as something learned, but as something remembered. You too can touch this wisdom. Begin with just a few minutes each day, breathing, watching, returning. The mind will resist at first. It will wander, argue, demand distraction. Be gentle. Like training a wild horse, bring it back with compassion, not control. Every time you return to the breath, you are strengthening your peace. Stillness has many doorways. For some, it is found in meditation. For others, it is felt while walking in nature, or watching the sunset, or sitting beside a sleeping child. Wherever you find it, protect it not as an escape from life, but as a way to be fully alive. In Buddhism, this practice is called samatha, or calm abiding. It is the art of resting the mind in awareness. But the deeper gift of stillness is vipassana insight, the clear seeing that arises from calm. When the waters settle, the truth shines through. Stillness reveals that nothing is missing. It reminds you that happiness was never something to earn. It is your natural state when the mind is free from craving and fear. There is a story told of a monk who spent years seeking enlightenment. He traveled to temples, studied scriptures, meditated for long hours. Yet peace eluded him. One day, while sitting beside a river, he noticed the reflection of the moon trembling in the water. When the wind stopped, the reflection became still and whole. The monk smiled. "Ah," he whispered, "peace was never gone, only disturbed." That realization freed him. It can free you too. You do not have to become someone else to be peaceful. You only have to stop running from yourself. Try this when you feel anxious. Pause, close your eyes, and place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat steady, faithful, present. Whisper to yourself, "I am here." Feel the body soften, the breath. Slow the thoughts, drift. In that moment, peace returns not from the outside, but from within. Over time, you'll begin to notice that peace no longer depends on circumstances. You can be in the middle of a busy street and still feel calm. You can face difficulty without panic. You can love without fear of loss. Because your peace is no longer borrowed from the world, it's grown from within. When the mind is still, you begin to see life as it truly is, not as a collection of problems to fix, but as a dance of arising and passing joy and sorrow, birth and death. Everything moves, yet the awareness that watches it all remains unmoved. That awareness is your true home. So sit, breathe, and listen. Beneath the chaos of the world, beneath the noise of your mind, there is a vast quiet waiting for you. Step into it. Rest there. Let it remind you of who you truly are. You are the sky, not the storm. You are the stillness beneath all sound. You are peace itself, remembering its own name. As your journey deepens, you may notice something beautiful. Unfolding life begins to shimmer in the smallest of things. A sip of warm tea, a kind glance from a stranger, the golden silence before dawn. What once felt ordinary now feels sacred. This is the quiet alchemy of gratitude. It transforms the familiar into the miraculous. Gratitude is not simply saying thank you. It is a way of seeing. It is recognizing that in this very moment, you already have enough. Enough breath, enough awareness, enough life. The Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful for. If we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little." Gratitude is that shift of heart from what is missing to what is present. When we practice gratitude, comparison fades, fear softens, the heart expands. We begin to realize that peace was never in having more, but in appreciating what already is. You can begin each morning with a simple ritual before the day begins. Place your hand over your heart and name 3 things you are thankful for. They need not be grand: the rhythm of your breath, the warmth of sunlight, the gift of a new beginning. Speak them silently and let the feeling of thankfulness settle deep into your body. Throughout the day, carry this awareness with you. Notice moments of grace, the sound of rain, the laughter of a child, the stillness between 2 breaths. Each time you notice, whisper inwardly, "Thank you." These words turn every moment into prayer. In Buddhism, gratitude is woven into the practice of mindfulness. To be mindful is to be fully here, not lost in the stories of yesterday or the fears of tomorrow, but awake to this breath, this heartbeat, this sacred now. Gratitude and mindfulness are twins. One reveals what the other protects. When you are grateful, you are present. When you are present, gratitude blooms naturally. Consider the story of the Buddha after his enlightenment. Instead of retreating to solitude, he looked upon the world, its chaos, its pain, its beauty, and simply bowed. His bow was not worship, it was gratitude. He saw the world as his teacher. Every joy, every sorrow, every breath was a lesson leading him home. This bow is an act of humility, the recognition that life owes us nothing, yet gives us everything. To bow in gratitude is to say, "I see you, life. I accept you. I thank you." But gratitude is not only for moments of comfort. The deeper practice is to be grateful, even in challenge, to see growth in loss, wisdom in failure, strength in pain. The Buddha taught that suffering too is sacred because it is the doorway to compassion. When you learn to say thank you to the lessons hidden in discomfort, you transcend the illusion of good and bad. Everything becomes your teacher. Try this reflection at the end of your day. Sit quietly and recall 3 moments that challenged you. Ask yourself, what did this moment teach me? Even if the lesson is not yet clear, Simply express gratitude for the opportunity to learn. This gentle practice softens resistance and turns hardship into growth. Gratitude also deepens connection. When you are thankful, you naturally radiate kindness. You stop demanding from others and start appreciating them. A smile becomes enough. A small act of generosity feels infinite. Gratitude dissolves walls and reveals the truth that we are all threads of the same tapestry. Presence, too, is a form of love. It says, I am here fully, truly, deeply. When you give your full attention to someone, to nature, or to yourself, you are honoring the divine essence that exists in all things. In that presence, life slows down. You taste food more deeply, listen more fully, breathe more consciously. You no longer rush toward the next thing, because you understand this moment is the miracle. The Buddha's disciple Ananda once asked him, Master, what is the essence of your teaching? The Buddha smiled and replied, To be awake. That awakening is nothing mysterious. It is simply to be alive in this moment, grateful for the breath that moves through you, aware of the infinite now unfolding around you. So pause wherever you are. Feel your breath. Look at your hands. They have carried so much, created so much, held so much. Smile gently and whisper, Thank you. Let this gratitude be your meditation, your prayer, your way of living. The more you thank life, the more life gives you to be thankful for, because gratitude is the bridge between the ordinary and the divine, and presence is the place where peace takes form. Breathe in gratitude. Breathe out grace. Live this moment as though it were enough, because it is. When you have learned to listen to your inner voice, to rest in stillness, to live with gratitude, you begin to feel something subtle and profound shift within you. The walls between you and life begin to fade. You no longer see yourself as separate from the world, but as part of its eternal rhythm, breathing, flowing, awakening together. This is the true meaning of wholeness. Not perfection, but integration. The remembering that every part of you belongs. Your light and your shadow, your strength and your vulnerability, your joy and your pain, all are threads in the same sacred fabric. The Buddha taught that liberation does not come from rejecting life, but from embracing it with awareness. Enlightenment is not a distant mountaintop. It is the clear seeing that arises in this very moment when the mind stops resisting and the heart opens completely. In this awareness, love becomes natural. Not the fragile love that depends on conditions, but the deep love that arises from understanding. You begin to see that every being, the stranger, the friend, the one who hurt you, even yourself, is simply seeking peace, just as you are. Compassion flows effortlessly, because judgment dissolves in the light of awareness. To live with awareness and love means to walk gently through the world, awake to its beauty and its pain, and to meet both with an open heart. You no longer seek to escape suffering, but to transform it through understanding, through presence, through kindness. Try this simple reflection. When you wake in the morning, pause and whisper, Today, may I walk in awareness. May I meet whatever comes with love. Let this intention guide your day. When you speak, let your words be kind. When you act, let your actions come from care. When you listen, listen as if the other's heart were your own. In Buddhism, this way of living is called bodhicitta, the awakened heart. It is the aspiration not only to awaken yourself, but to help awaken others. This does not require preaching or teaching. It simply requires living truthfully. Your peace becomes a refuge for those around you. Your compassion becomes a mirror in which others see their own goodness. Remember, your inner transformation is not separate from the world's healing. When you cultivate peace within, you contribute to peace without. Each breath of awareness, each act of kindness ripples outward in ways you cannot imagine. There is an old saying, when one person awakens, the whole world brightens. Every moment you choose mindfulness over distraction, compassion over anger, gratitude over fear, you bring more light into this world. So keep walking gently. When you stumble, rise slowly. When you forget, begin again. When you feel lost, return to your breath, that faithful friend who always leads you home. Life will continue to change. Joy will visit sorrow, will pass through love, will expand and fade and return again. But in every change, you will find constancy in your awareness. The waves will move, but the ocean of your being will remain still. As this journey draws to a close, take a moment to look back, not with pride or regret, but with gratitude. You have walked through self-discovery, through care, through compassion and clarity. You have learned that focusing on yourself does not mean isolation. It means nurturing the roots from which your kindness grows. The Buddha's final teaching before his passing was simple. Be a light unto yourself. It is not a command, it is a reminder. The light you have been seeking outside has always been within you. Tend to it. Protect it. Let it shine through your actions, your presence, your love. When you live from that light, you no longer fear the dark. You see that both are part of the same whole, and that wholeness is you. Breathe in awareness. Breathe out compassion. Walk gently, knowing that every step is sacred. And when you forget, when the noise of life grows loud again, return to this truth. Peace comes from within. Love begins within. You are already enough. This is the path of wholeness, not a destination, but a way of being. May you walk it with grace, awareness, and an open heart.